What's up, my dudes? Wanted to come in here and talk about this new DLC coming for MX vs. ATV All Out. A little speculation vibe video going on here. Oh, tree! One tree on the whole goddamn place, and we're smacking right into it. Had a little bit of that syndrome where it's like left, right, left. Oh, you're hitting the tree, dog. God dang, you gotta hate when that happens. So either way, you guys know, obviously, MX vs. ATV came out with the big update with all the improvements and stuff, graphical improvements, all 9 yards, right? Then then they kind of commented on one of my videos that I made, was saying that they're gonna have a really big DLC coming later this year, and not only that, but then all the information about the next MX vs. ATV game, they're going to go quite a bit deeper with the physics system, trying to make it more like, trying to go more like reflex days and stuff. So it'd be really cool to see when they start announcing more on that. But so basically, what I'm talking about though is the DLC at the end of the year for this game, which may be the last DLC for All Out. They've done a crap load of DLC at this point. Really shocked by how much DLC they've done. I mean, come on, guys. Like, even though it's paid DLC, I mean, you cannot hate on what MX vs. ATV All Out, or what MX vs. ATV and Nordic, Rainbow Studios, all those dudes, THQ. I don't know who the hell all is working on the game now. But, you can't hate on how much effort and time they've put in for all of that, and the free updates with it still, fucking year or whatnot later, right? Like, this is the kind of stuff Milestone just doesn't do. They do 2-3 updates, then it's like, bye, bitch. We're gone. Have fun with that game, right? And then that's why their game dies in 3 months. Just the way it is. But like, you got to give a round of applause to MX vs. ATV for all of the updates they've done. And like I've always said, yeah, there's a lot of paid DLC with a lot of the updates, but it already had a lot of base content in the game. And with the update, they've went back and improved some of the default motocross tracks. They've done a lot of stuff, even if you don't buy any of the actual paid DLC aspect of it. They still have done a crap load of stuff in that category. But basically, let's get to the point of the video, right? So they kind of announced, try to guess what the new DLC is going to be, whatever, in their little Instagram post. They said they kind of dropped a little hint in one of their older Instagram pictures. So I don't know what the little hint really is, but they have been posting a lot of stuff around like American flag type vibe stuff. I mean, like, apparent a lot of that. And I know it was around the July 4th, obviously. All of that time they were doing that, I get it, but at the same time, it's just weird. Like, they literally post 2 things with American flags in it, like really big, and then they're like, oh, hey, our new DLC, guess what it is? And then go back and look at, we threw some hints in there. We threw a hint in there, right? It's like, all I can see is 2 American flags. So all I'm thinking is, let me crash another 1,000 times. All I'm thinking is, American motocross replica rounds, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross actual replica rounds. That's literally like all that's running through my head that it could be at this point. And just letting you guys know, I'm obviously not the first person to speculate this, right? I mean, I would say it's probably the most speculated and thought of thing for the next DLC for MX vs. ATV All Out. I mean, it's at the top of the comments of their Instagram post. People thinking it's going to be, a real Lucas Oil AMA motocross DLC. So I just want to make that really clear. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm the first one that thought of this. We've all been thinking this for a while, right? We all kind of thought this back when they did that, the newer motocross DLC, which was based around the AMA replica stuff, but it wasn't exact replica stuff, right? And not to mention, MX vs. ATV All Out actually sponsors the real life pro racing. I mean, literally, you have MX vs. ATV All Out, like, I don't know if it's track maps or, how they kind of sometimes sponsor the actual pro racing. Well, they're sponsoring this year's Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. So on top of everything else, I mean, it just all makes sense that it would be that to me. And I think it's just everything's kind of pointing to it. Now, I could be totally wrong. They could, do a little foolery and have everybody kind of tricked here, but I'm pretty for sure this is what it's going to be because they're saying big update, and I think it's going to be probably their last update their last DLC that they have. So that's what I meant to say was DLC, not update. But you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like them saying it's going to be a big DLC, kind of going out with a bang. That would be the only thing that would make sense to me. Like a trail DLC wouldn't be a super big DLC, like a crazy big DLC. Like a 50cc bike DLC wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? All of those other little things just wouldn't pack the punch like a actual pro motocross Lucas Oil replica DLC. None of that other stuff is going to be as big as that. So that to me is just what makes sense is what it's going to be. So either way, could be totally wrong, but that's the vibe I'm getting, and we've all kind of thought that they would do this eventually and just kind of expected it at some point and wanted it, obviously, but I don't know. I really, really think that that's what it is at this point. So I think that's what we're going to be getting. I don't know if it's going to be all the rounds, or if it's going to be like, Red Bud and a couple others. I have no idea, but that'd be a sick-ass DLC. Like all of the real-life rounds. It'd be a shitload of fun to ride on, like the actual replica Southwick and the actual replica Red Bud and all of that on All Out. That would I guarantee you that'd bring a lot of people that have kind of given up on this game at this point. Bring a lot of people back, dude, for real. I know it may not seem like it would, but it would do a lot more than like just like the standard random motocross or like an arena cross replica DLC. That's not going to bring people to this like a full-blown motocross American Lucas Oil fucking DLC would do to this. And hell, if Milestone made a official Lucas Oil motocross game, oh my God, people would be literally salivating, jizzing their pants in 2 seconds over that, like, for sure. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, just look at what happened with the official Supercross game. And those games are, really in the grand scheme, they're average at best. And yet people, they lose their mind over it. So you just imagine if Milestone went in there and made an actual official Lucas Oil, like what we all want from Milestone. We're tired of the fucking MXGP shit at this point. If they did that, I'm just telling you, it'd be a whole nother, be just like how the hype train was for that first Supercross game. It'd be that all over again for Milestone if they did the actual national replica stuff. But, dude, that'd be so cool now that I'm thinking of that. Like if they actually had that national replica with a full-blown, outdoor track editor in the game that's way better looking than what looks like we're going to be getting with MXGP 2019. If they can, like, expand upon that. And have all that and have some Supercross tracks in there, or I don't know, like, god damn, that'd be so cool if there was a game that had the replica. Let me die here real quick in real life. That'd be so cool if they had like a game that had the replica Supercross and replica motocross in the same game, official, all of it in one. That would be the Taj Mahal in this Mud Trucker, but at that point, technically, I mean, I know it's not technically official in All Out, but they do have replica Supercross tracks, right? They may not be exact, every round exactly, you know what I mean? But at that point, technically, All Out would have the replica Supercross tracks and replica motocross tracks if they went in there and did a full-blown replica DLC of it. So I don't know if that's really what we're going to get. I know people have speculated everything under the freaking sun, like 85cc bikes, 110 fucking Kawasaki's, 50cc bikes. Everybody's pretty much thought of everything. True trail enduro series. Some people have kind of thought about like old school reflex tracks being brought to this game somehow, or which would be kind of crazy, or even like there's just so many little things that people have thought of that could be in this game as DLC. You got like, trying to think of some of the stuff, and I've said a lot of this over past videos, right? But there's been a lot of speculatory type stuff. Some people commented stuff like turning the reflex servers back on and stuff like that. Oh my god, dude, you gotta love those comments. Oh man. But either way, my sort of speculation is they've shown so many damn American flags at this point. That's what I think it's going to be, is some sort of, Lucas Oil American motocross replica, which they kind of did try to do that a little bit with their actual newer motocross DLC, right? They kind of tried to somewhat base that off of some of the real life motocross replica stuff. So I don't know if they would really, after doing all that, then go in there and actually have a replica motocross DLC. I don't know, boys. There are definitely a lot of different things that it could be, no doubt about it, but gotta love these damn whips where it's like whip 360 no scope backflip landed every time, dog. Professional. Oh man, at least they're free. You gotta say that at the end of the day. At least the whips are free. At least you can do a whip, right? I will always take being able to do a whip over not being able to do a whip. I don't give a fuck how it looks. You know what I'm saying? I will always take the freeness of it versus something trying to be like super, super real, but you can't even move it. Like that's so annoying and boring and stupid, like how a lot of the milestone games are, and MX versus ATV Supercross was, right? It's just so annoying when the games get like that. Oh my God. See, like right there, I kind of think I probably should have popped off on the bike. There may be slightly too much free play on the landing of this game. There needs to be a little bit more pop-off potential, in my opinion, when you jump something that big, like a damn 300-foot sky-it-out free ride jump, and you just land flat on the ground. Like, you probably should pop off. And I was just playing MX vs. ATV Unleashed, and like you would have popped off in that sort of instance back in those days. And I think it still should be close, more towards that versus the way this is right here. But either way, see, this game's kind of got more of like when you overjump something, it's not as more apt to knock you off the bike or whatever, but it's when you underjump and case something when it really affects you in this game more than overjumping something. So that's kind of the difference here. It's got a little bit of both worlds there in a way. Dude, 4 times backflip. Yeah, that's for sure what I did right there. No doubt. So either way, boys, that's my early prediction, whatever the hell. I will get the DLC, whatever it is. Just check it out, see what's going on with it. But, yeah, either way, we'll see if MX vs. ATV comments any more info on this video. That'd be kind of cool if they did that. But, shout out to you, MX vs. ATV. Always keeping it real, baby. I know you went down some wrong paths, but we're trying to get it back going. I know what it is. So either way, appreciate all the support, guys, and we'll keep on rolling. So making my 7th video of the day that I've made. Dude, overtime on the overtime, baby. You know what it is. So either way, dudes, later.